Hi. Hi everyone. My name is Ethan. I will be the Spock for this program. And basically this I will be taking you through the orientation for Coorg to April 8 to April 14. All right. So I'll just start off by giving you a small little brief about Coorg. So basically, we've been running programs at Coorg for the past 15 years now. And here we organize programs for kids between the age of sort of 10 to 13 years. Specifically in the case of your program, Coorg 2, this will be designed for 11 to 13-year-olds. All right. And so at Coorg, we will basically be doing activities like rock climbing, backpacking, ropes course, and basic outdoor survival. So when you are registering, you would have gotten the option to pick between one of these two sets of activities. So I'll take you through a little bit about the activities later on. Um, so location-wise, Coorg is located in between like a 200-acre coffee plantation, and the property is around 1,800 acres total. So it's like the perfect place for outdoor activities. Um, yeah, and so here basically kids will be learning a little bit about the various techniques of rock climbing, what kind of and the ropes course, and also the outdoor adventures like outdoor survival and backpacking. So a general day at Coorg, typically every day kids will be given a 6 a.m. wake up call. After that, they are served hot beverages like tea and milk along with biscuits. Then at 7 a.m. they will do like a small little warm-up session where we call it Chota Hazari. So it'll be like a combination of team games and also like a stretching session. So kids get ready for their outdoor activities. After that, they will be served breakfast. So the breakfast is a buffet style. Basically, we will be serving different kinds of uh, breakfast every day. It won't be the same thing. And so after the breakfast session, then they will be going for the outdoor activities. Now, over here, each activity will be done for 3 days. So depending on the activity selected, kids will be divided into two groups, and they will each go with their each respective instructors for the activities for the day. After that, the activities, once they return to camp around 12:30, 1 o'clock, they will be served lunch. Right. Lunch again is also a buffet style. Each day they serve a different kind of lunch. It's not the same kind of food. Lunch is typically vegetarian, but you also have the option for non-veg. During the registration, you would have got the option to mention whether you're veg, non-veg, or Jain. Each is prepared separately and served to kids. All right. After lunch, the kids will get sort of freewheeling time where they are left to relax, freshen up, have a bath, etc., and just cool down for after their activities. All right. And post that, we will have the cool time activities. This is where kids will be doing sort of team games, reflection sessions about discussing what they learned in the activities, etc. They'll also have sort of like a talent show session and all that fun stuff during this time. So this will go on till 5 p.m. And at that point, at 5 p.m., they'll be served again tea and milk, along with some snacks to just sort of get the energy levels up again. After that, they will also have, after the after the tea time, they will have the cool time activities. Now, this is sort of where the kids will have a reflection session with everybody. They will sort of discuss what they've learned again. They'll also sort of have like a bonding session, and they'll have a debriefing about the day, etc. They'll also have like a group sharing session and a personal reflection time where each kid will be asked to sit alone and just reflect about what they've done, what they're feeling about camp, etc. And after that, again, we serve them snacks like soup. And this is just to get their energy levels up again. And then we cap it off with dinner. Dinner is, this is usually when we serve them the non-veg as well. Similar to lunch, it's a buffet style. And after dinner at 9 p.m. is when we ask the kids to go to sleep. So it's a lights off at that time. All right. Um, After that, so now I'll just go ahead and give you like a small little brief of each activity, right? So when it comes to the activities, each activity will be done for 3 days. So like if you've picked ropes course and backpacking. So it will be 3 days of rock climbing and backpacking. It will be 3 days of rock climbing and 3 days of backpacking. So in the case of backpacking and outdoor survival, they are very similar. Um, what I mean by that is, for each one, kids will be setting out from the camp. They will be doing a small little sort of hike or a trek to a predetermined camping site. And over there, the kids will be setting up camp, getting ready for getting everything ready and sort of setting up, right? The difference between backpacking and outdoor survival is in backpacking, kids will be sort of preparing themselves for the hike. So they will be carrying, they will be taught how to pack their rucksacks, how many tents to carry, what sort of food, how much food to carry. And also they will be carrying their own sleeping mats with them, right? In backpacking, they will be setting up tents. And in each backpacking and outdoor survival, there'll be 1 day of night out, right? So they'll be spending the night in the wilderness. In the case of backpacking, they'll be sleeping in tents. And in the case of outdoor survival, they'll be sort of taught how to set up a survival shelter. Now, outdoor survival, similar to backpacking, but here they'll be carrying less equipment. So instead of carrying tents and sleeping bags, they will be sort of carrying minimal equipment, just rucksacks, etc., and sort of materials to set up a survival shelter. So in outdoor survival, they'll be taught how to set up a survival shelter, how to light a fire, like without fire equipment, how to cook food without utensils, what sort of foods you can and cannot eat in the wilderness, and all that. All right. In the case of rock climbing, so rock climbing is also 3 days. So on the first day, they'll be sort of given an introduction to rock climbing. So here on the first day, kids will be doing bouldering with up to a height of about 12 feet. So here the kids will sort of be taught the various ways to grip while climbing, and also how not to use their elbows and knees. So during this session, a small minor scrapes and scratches is expected, but that's just part and parcel of this activity, right? On the second day, kids will be doing a little more challenging rock climbing session, wherein instead of 12 feet, they'll be going up to 30 feet. And in this case, they will be using a safety harness and a safety line, right? The instructors will be constantly monitoring the kids. One of the instructors will be tethered to the child while they're doing this activity. And here they will be taught how to sort of climb a more difficult rock face, right? And on the third day, they will be doing rappelling. Okay. When it comes to ropes course, similar to rock climbing, the first day will be sort of an introduction to the activity, where they will be doing like a low ropes course. And here it's typically like a beginner session to this activity. And on the second day, they will be doing sort of commando nets, friendship ladders, and also like a Tarzan swing, right? The third day will be a more difficult, more challenging one where they will be doing something called a target jump. Now, that also is a quite fun activity to do. I won't really spoil it for you guys, but that's sort of the ropes course as well. All right. And moving on, so during these activities, we will be sort of having the instructors constantly monitoring the kids. And when it comes to our safety equipment, we only use top-notch safety equipment, and which is all frequently replaced. So if the safety equipment is damaged or broken, we do not repair it. We immediately replace it. And when we are sending out the equipment from our offices as well, we do a check, make sure that all the equipment is good to go. And then once it reaches camp as well, again, the instructors will be checking the equipment, making sure that it is good to be used for the activities. All right. So all the safety equipment is top-notch, brand new. And also the instructors will, as I mentioned, we sort of, as you know, we will be keeping an instructor ratio of 6 kids is to one instructor. So we will do everything to make sure that that is the ratio for adults to kids. Each instructor is extremely experienced in their craft. They've also been, most of them have been working with us for multiple years. They've, some of the instructors have also done certifications from NOLS, NIM, etc. Even after that, even after joining us, we also do our own sort of safety training with the instructors and get them up to speed with Inme standards, right? Moving on to transport. So for transport, some of you all will be coming from Bangalore, and the others who will be flying in for this program will be coming from Mysore. We'll be providing comfortable AC buses for each transport. All right. Now, when it comes to the buses, we work with third-party transport providers, and we make sure that each vehicle is thoroughly inspected and roadworthy. Also, that make sure that it's kept clean and is comfortable for the kids. The drivers and the co-drivers also briefed on maintaining speed limits, maintaining convoy protocols, etc. While the kids are en route to the campus, for example, for the Bangalore kids will be departing at MG Road at around 6 a.m. And on the way, we'll be serving breakfast at a predetermined stop. Okay. Um, and also, so along the way, we'll also have snacks for the kids in the buses itself. So we'll have water, juices, snacks, etc. in the bus. So the kids will be fine. And also for the Mysore kids as well, since you're already departing during the evening, sort of afternoon time, we'll be stopping for lunch at a predetermined space. That bus also will have snacks and water, refreshments, everything included. Um, and we'll also be updating you guys on like the estimated time of arrival to camp. So the Bangalore kids will be reaching campus by around 1 p.m. That's during the afternoon time. So once they reach, we'll be sort of serving them food, lunch, and also having them cool down. And the kids who will be coming from Mysore, they will be sort of reaching in the evening time. Once they reach again, we will be sort of providing snacks, tea, coffee, etc., and also giving them a chance to cool down. So the first day is sort of an introduction to the program and where the kids will get a chance to meet everybody. All right. Equipment I've already discussed. When it comes to medical, each instructor is trained in wilderness first aid, and each team will be having sort of a first aid kit with them at all times during the activities and even on camp. So if anything sort of happens during the activities, the instructors will be able to attend to the children at once. And also, as you may know, we have a doctor on site who stays at camp itself, and they are available 24 by 7. And they are equipped with everything from to treat sort of minor illnesses all the way up. We also have a nebulizer setup on camp. All right. For any severe emergencies, we have an emergency vehicle on standby, which is available 24/7. We'll be using that to sort of transport the kids to the nearest hospital, which is about 30 to 45 minutes away. Right. Um, in this case, we will be contacting you directly and we'll be letting you know and also discussing the next steps to move forward. Okay. Um, when it comes to the accommodation at Coorg. Now in Coorg, it is multiple rooms. So we have multiple blocks of rooms which can accommodate anywhere from 3 to 10 kids. So each room has its own attached washroom and bathroom. And depending on the number of boys and girls, we will allocate the rooms individually. So boys and girls will be staying separately. Um, the kids are also sort of instructed to maintain their own rooms and keep it clean. But the washrooms is maintained by us twice a day. Okay. And if in case, say, for example, if like the washrooms after the kids, when they come back from activities, they might just rush into the washroom and sometimes it tends to get dirty. In that case, if it's too dirty, we instruct them to either wash it with water by themselves or they can let the instructors know and we can arrange someone to sort of get it clean. When at night, when the kids are sleeping, there are no sort of beds in the rooms, but we do provide a sleeping mat, and over that, kids will be sleeping in sleeping bags. When it comes to the sleeping bags, you can choose to sort of send your own sleeping bag with the child, or we will provide the sleeping bag ourselves. Now, these sleeping bags are not brand new, they are used and they are cleaned and sun dried after every program. So that we will be able to provide that for the kids, no problem. Um, And each kid is sort of like each room will have a tent in charge. Usually, this will be like an instructor who will be in charge of that room. So if the kids have any issues or need something, the instructor will be available for them. And the kids also have to sort of maintain their own rooms cleanliness. So at the end of the program, they'll sort of have like a prize for the cleanest room. Okay. As I mentioned, more the meals, veg, non-veg, and jail is available. We prepare each separately. And so when you also have to mention while registering, if you have mentioned you about any allergies, we will take that into consideration. If parents, if you all have not mentioned that, please do let us know. We will go ahead and update that in our system. And any dietary option like allergies for nut allergies or something like that, we will make sure that the kids do not eat those kind of foods. All right. Um, Travel plan, as I mentioned, kids from Bangalore will depart at 6 a.m. and on the return, they should return back into Bangalore by 10 p.m. All right. Outstation participants will be flying in a day early. Those are the ones who are flying into Bangalore will be staying at Bangalore. We will be providing a hotel stay for them. And kids who will be flying into Mysore Airport will be picked up on the way from Mysore Airport, and they should reach camp by 5 p.m. The length journey is about 8 hours. And as I mentioned, we'll be providing luxurious AC buses for the kids. All right. Just a few sort of expectation settings. Uh, as I mentioned, these are not sort of luxury camps. So here we sort of try to promote kids to. All right. So I'll get to your questions towards the end of the meeting. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to drop it in the chat. And once the meeting is done, we'll sort of have a Q&A session with you guys and also answer any questions that are in the chat. All right. All right. So when it comes to the expectations, this is not a luxury camp. The whole purpose of our camps is we want kids to sort of rough it out, become independent, etc. So the rooms are sort of a rough and tough kind of rooms. They are kept clean by us, and also, like I mentioned, they'll be sleeping in sleeping bags. When it comes to the communication, it's mobile phones are not allowed on campus. So you won't really get to speak to your kids every day. That being said, we will be creating a WhatsApp channel. We will drop the channel link in the chat shortly. And over here, once you join that channel, just make sure to go ahead and click on the bell icon on the top right to enable notifications. Otherwise, you will not get notifications for those channels by default. And the channel is not, you won't really find the channel in the chat section, but you will find that in under updates. Okay. We'll be sending out an update twice a day, one in the morning and one in the evening. Um, we have two updates, morning and evening update. And in the evening time is when we'll sort of share, sorry, we'll sort of share anywhere from 15 to 20 photos of the kids. These won't be individual photos, rather this will be a group photo of the kids doing activities, etc. So if you're not able to, so for any of the parents who are unable to see their kids, don't worry. We will make sure to cover everyone in the next day. All right. And sometimes because at Coorg, connection is pretty bad, so sometimes updates might be delayed. In that case, don't worry. We will be sending out an update as soon as the camp chief gets back to us. All right. Uh, Moving on, as I mentioned, no gadgets. So anything like phones, tablets, music players, etc., are not allowed on camp. And if any of the kids who are flying alone, they are allowed to send a phone with them during the journey. But after they reach the airport, we will go ahead and collect the phones from them. So you can go ahead and send like a pouch with their name on it. And they can go ahead and place their phone, money, any valuables with them. They can place it in that pouch, and then we will take care of it till the end of the program. All right. Fitness. So for this program, we would recommend sort of just having your kids go out for a small little walk for about half an hour a day. That should be fine. That should be enough to sort of get them. up to like get them ready for this program, because we will be tracking for this program to the, for example, for the rock climbing session, the kids will have to sort of do a small little trek to reach the rock face. And for the outdoor survival and backpacking as well, the kids will have to trek for some time to reach the campsite. All right, so just to get them used to that, we would recommend sending them out for a half an hour sort of walk every day before the program starts. That should be fun. Use of substances strictly prohibited on camp. So also do not send any sort of junk food or tuck with the kids. We sort of do not advise that, because then the kids will sort of munch on that and then they will skip out on lunch or dinner or something like that, and that we do not want, because we need the kids to eat enough so that they have enough energy for the programs to come. So if you've sent any sort of snacks with the kids, we would recommend that, they tell us, we'll go ahead and collect it from them and hand it over at the end of the program. Pocket money, we wouldn't recommend sending a lot of pocket money with them. It's not really required throughout the journey. We will be taking care of the kids' requirements. Like we'll be providing snacks, we'll be stopping for food, etc. But we may have a merch store at the end of the program. So if the kids want to buy anything from there, they can go ahead and use that pocket money that you send. So we recommend sending a maximum of 3,000 rupees, no more. Everything else we will handle. And that money as well can be placed in the pouch with the mobile phone, etc. And we will be taking care of that till the end of the program. So the merge store will be towards the end on the last day. All right. So just a little bit brief on the program. And now we'll move on to basically the kit list. So for the kit list, it is quite warm in Coorg during the afternoon times versus summer season. So for that, we would recommend sending sort of quick dry clothes, something light. And there is a chance of rain as well. So in Coorg, it could rain at any time. So we would recommend sending a raincoat with them as well. Do not skip out on this, because you may never know. Like there's always a chance of rain at Coorg. So we would recommend sending 7 to 8 t-shirts, 3 pairs of shorts, 3 track pants. Now shorts are used in the campus during the cool time activities. They are only allowed to wear shorts in the campus itself. But when they go out for activities, it is a requirement that they wear long pants. So we would recommend sending 3 pairs of track pants with them. Sort of on the thicker material side. The thin ones will tend to get ripped, so we would recommend sending track pads of a thicker material. All right. 7 to 8 pairs of socks, 1 quick dry towel, 1 cap, sufficient undergarments, 2 pairs of night clothes, 1 fleece jacket and sweatshirt in case, because at Coorg sometimes it tends to get a little chilly at night. So if it is cold, the kids will be able to sort of wear a jacket to keep themselves comfortable. And as I mentioned, 1 poncho and raincoat is absolutely necessary. All right. When it comes to the footwear, you can send trekking shoes with them, but we would recommend that if it's a brand new pair of shoes, we would recommend kids break it in by wearing it for a week, for a few days before the program, because new shoes tend to give shoe bites, etc. If you do not have brand new like sort of trekking shoes or anything, sports shoes will also be fine. As I mentioned, used sports shoes. But only thing you have to make sure is that it has good grip. Okay, because the normal running sports shoes might not be grippy enough for the trek or hike. So make sure that it's good grip. And sandals is something that the kids will be wearing on the campus. And clogs or Crocs is not recommended because of flip-flops and Crocs will not have enough grip, so it's not very safe. So we would recommend either sending a pair of outdoor sandals with good grip again, and a pair of shoes. Very important that it should be broken in. Okay. At Coorg, we do not provide any sort of personal toiletries, so kids will have to carry their own shower gel, toothbrush, toothpaste, sunscreen if required, lip balm or cold cream. All right. Mosquito repellent of your choice. You can send with them. A pair of sunglasses is a must as well, because it can get very sunny at Coorg. And a torch and a headlamp is absolutely necessary. That's one of the things you would recommend sending with your kid. If the kids are flying into Mysore, please pack the torch into their rucksack, which they will be carrying with them in the cabin. If you put this into the rucksack that you're checking in, it might get stopped at the airport. So please do make sure that anything with batteries in it is packed into the cabin baggage. All right. Plastic bag for used clothes and a 1 liter water bottle is recommended. We would recommend sending a steel water bottle so it doesn't break, but a plastic one will do absolutely fine. Anywhere from 750 to 1 liter. All right. As I mentioned, sleeping bags will be provided by us, but if you want to send a brand new one, you are welcome to purchase a new one and send it with the kids. So kids will be using the sleeping bag at night, and one inflatable pillow is also optional. If you'd like, you can go ahead and send that so they are a little more comfortable. Okay. We do not provide any sort of pillows at the campus. They will have to be their own inflatable pillow. Medication, very important. If the sort of kids have started any medication after the application, you can go ahead and please let us know about it. If it's a prescribed medication that they have to take during the day or during the night, you can go ahead and just let us know about it, and we'll make sure that the doctor sort of make sure that the kids take it every evening or morning, whatever is the prescription. All right. And if the kids, if there are any medical sort of any medical conditions that you may have skipped out in the registration form, please do let us know about that as well. We will update that in the file. All right. Anyone with spectacles, numbered glasses, we would recommend sending 2 pairs just in case they misplace it or it breaks. They have a second pair so they can continue. Right. When it comes to packing, you can go ahead and purchase like a 70-liter rucksack for their luggage, like the clothes and shoes, etc. And one small backpack for their personal belongings, like if they're traveling, then a phone. Otherwise, their documents, etc., can be put in the small backpack. That will go on. For kids who are flying in, that will go into the cabin. The rucksack will go into the check-in luggage. All right. As I mentioned, cash, you don't need to send much. 3,000 rupees should be enough for the kids. And throughout the journey, we will be going ahead and taking care of everything else. Mobile phones are not allowed. Um, and you're allowed to send a camera with the kids, but these are mostly like a point and shoot camera. So we do not recommend sending any expensive camera gear with them. Again, this will be the kids' own responsibility to make sure that the camera is with them. We will not take any responsibility the camera is lost or something like that. So we would recommend sending point and shoot camera. And yeah, and as mentioned, so for participants who are flying into the departure city, like I said, a pouch is recommended. So we can go ahead and put any power banks, charging cables, a copy of their ticket, their ID proof as well. Cash or food can be placed into that pouch and will be taken into our cab. We also have a, a merch store that's available. So this will also be mentioned into the kit list that we sent out on WhatsApp. So if anything you need, anything you purchase, would like to purchase, you can go ahead and purchase it from the shop, and we'll try to deliver that to the campus, if possible. Otherwise, we will ship it to your house. All right. So yeah, that's a little bit about the program. We can go ahead and start taking questions now. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat or go ahead and unmute yourself and ask. Uh, if you don't have any questions, you can go ahead and drop off the meeting. The meeting is concluded at this point. But if anyone has questions, please feel free to ask. You can go ahead and answer it here.
So, can I ask a question?
Sure, sure, please go ahead.
Yes, I'm Vihana's mom, Mirali.
Okay.
Uh, we had already sent a request for Jain food, so I hope you would be aware. But
Yes.
I just wanted to make a small clarity that if possible, she doesn't eat spice level. So if it is Jen, you can make it non-spicy. Would that be possible? Or little spice should be, I mean, it's
So
doubtful. Yeah.
just so yeah, you can just go ahead and drop. So I'll also just drop my number on chat as well. So one sec.
Yes.
You can go ahead. You would have received a message from me with the orientation details. You can drop me your request over there on my number, and I will send it to the
Okay.
team. So we'll make sure to make the Jane food at least a little less spicy. So typically the food on campus is
Yeah, or it is better if she's the only one, then you can make non-spicy only. Then it's
absolutely. We
absolutely.
will check. We will check and
Huh.
get that. Yeah.
And is it Jain food and other non-veg food is kept in separately, or is it in the same
Yes.
vicinity?
So it's
How does it
prepared.
work?
Yes, ma'am. So it's prepared and kept towards the side. So it's
Hmm.
away from the non-veg food as well.
Hmm.
So even though it's a buffet style, so the main food will be kept in front, and then the not Jain
Separately,
food will
no?
be kept separately on the side, ma'am.
Ye-
Yeah.
Yes, request for that. Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
please.
absolutely. We'll take care of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. Anyone else? Questions? Where's the pickup after they come back? How will we come?
And what time they have to reach the pickup point? You said 6 o'clock, and where is it exactly? The pickup
So
location?
it'll be MG Road in a place called
Huh?
Army Public School. Just
Okay.
2 days before the program, like say now the program is set to depart on the 8th. On the 6th, we'll
Hmm.
be sending out a message with the location of Army. We'll be sending you a Google location for Army Public School. So you
Okay.
just need to reach there by 5:30, by 5 a.m. or 5:30 a.m. latest,
Okay.
right? We will
Okay.
be departing at 6 a.m. sharp to make sure that we reach camp on time by lunch.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah.
So the pickup point, once the pickup point and the drop-off point will be the same. For kids going from Bangalore, it'll be Army Public School, and the drop-off point will also be Army Public School. When they're coming back, the drop-off time will be 10 p.m. So we'll be leaving camp anywhere around after lunch. So like 1, 2 p.m. we'll be leaving campus, and they should reach the drop-off point by 10 p.m. That is a scheduled time. We will
Okay.
be sort of sending you updates and letting you all know how far the kids are. For kids who are flying in via Mysore, we will be dropping them off at the airport, Mysore airport, and then from there they will be catching their flights. So I hope that answered your question, Ishan. Um, Anyone else have any questions? All right. If you all have any questions after this meeting, if any questions come up, I am the Spock for the program. I have provided my number. So you can go ahead and give me a call or drop me a message on WhatsApp, and I'll be happy to assist you. Okay. So I'll be ending the meeting now. Nice having everybody, and look forward to meeting you all on camp. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.